So in recent podcasts, we've been talking about the 1977 Toronto Blue Jays. And what stood out for me and a lot of people who enjoyed photography was the beautiful road uniforms they were wearing. Now, some of this information has been taken from the great bluebirdbanter.com site. Please check it out because the organizers and providers of the page do great research. Now, the 77 road jerseys I can see in the podcast had a very distinct circular look on the front. Now, the inaugural road uniforms, again, they weren't your typical gray like you see now, but powder blue, like for Blue Jays. Now, the only problem that, from what I heard, some of the players found out that the jerseys were quite hot in the summertime because blue obviously absorbs the heat, it doesn't reflect it. Now, in 77, the Jays wore these pullover tops with Toronto on the front, written in solid, again, not split, royal blue lettering and an arch above the Blue Jays logo in kind of the, what do you call, the 9 to 3 look. Now, the back of the jersey, which did not have lettering, had royal blue numerals with a white line split with no name, again, above the key numbers. Now, the sleeve and neck trims were equal width bands of royal blue, white and royal blue, which matched the design of the elastic waistbands and pant trim. Now, back in the day, we're seeing kind of more of the Pittsburgh Pirates style, which we wore in our West Negotiation Media Baseball League, which was comparable to kind of a gym pant, but breathable fabric. Now, that season, 22 Major League teams wore at least one pullover jersey. Now, but the Blue Jays were the only ones to sport a centered graphical logo under their word mark. Actually, throughout Major League Baseball's pullover jersey era, which means no buttons up the front, the Blue Jays were the only team to have that design scheme, which took advantage of the lack of buttons. The only other team to have a centered element under their word mark were the 72 Cubs, who wore centered numerals on the front of their road jerseys. It was moved back to the left side the next season. But the circular aspect was good for pins, logos, presentation. You know, it's really stood out. Graphically, Toronto was entered the league, maybe not the best team, but some of the best graphics that it could be shown in layout or whatever. And when I used to lay out my newspapers, I always looked at a way to incorporate the circular style within the text. And really, that's when the circular text within a Blue Jays story became evident, because just like the Cubs logo, it was easier to present. Now, the road jerseys were made by Rawlings. I think Nike and some other companies have the 2020 and 21 go. Now, what stood out for me in the main way, it photographed well. It showcased, it hid the figure flaws of some of the fatter players on the team. You know who they are. But what really stood out for me is that you could recognize it was a Blue Jay. You know, the logo was quite prominent. And I'm not exactly sure what year that Toronto started putting names on the back of the jerseys on the road. See, back in the mid-1970s, multiple sports didn't have names at the back of the jerseys. Where it became prominent, especially the NHL, where the Montreal Canadiens decided to wear names on the back of the jerseys in the 1975 game against Red Army at the Montreal Forum as part of the exchange. It was called Super Series because it was Red Army and I think Soviet Wings coming over for big games against NHL teams, because he wanted to see the players' names basically from a merchandising standpoint. Tremendous selection. The graphic designers for the 77 Blue Jays. That you see a comeback of a similar jersey in 2020. But boys, oh boys, oh boys, did the first year the Blue Jays, you look good, you play good. It took a few years for the Blue Jays to go over 500, but they look great in 77. And the white jerseys at home were really good, but a lot of the Blue Jays were recognized more the road because those jerseys were so prominent. You could see them, is what I'm saying. Anyway, have a great day, and don't forget to be safe out there. If you're New Brunswick had an outbreak in the Moncton area, be very careful down there. Stay safe. Get tested if need be, but keep the mask on. Have a good day. Bye.